Bonjour tout le monde! Hi everybody, Monsieur Steve here again with another story time avec Monsieur Steve. I have these beautiful lights set up. They were working and then they died. So, oops, sorry about that, everybody. I mean, you can still see it, but just no lights. So thank you so much for coming. If it's your first time with us, bienvenue. If it's your returning customer, thanks so much for joining us. I really appreciate the support. Now, while I have you, if you could, I would love it if you give me a big thumbs up, and if you could click on the subscribe button so you never miss a video. So today's shout out goes to Owen, Charlotte, and their awesome mom, Melissa, and all their friends at Earl Hague Public School. I know I gave a shout out to that school last week, but you know what? Why not? Twice is nice. If you want to shout out, let your parents know that they can reach me at MrSteve1 on Twitter, and I'll be happy to do a shout out for you the next time we have a story time. Also, a huge thank you to Scholastic, who have given me permission to read their books. So we have not one, but two stories today. Our first story is a Robert Munsch story that I love called Playhouse. So let's start with that. Playhouse by Robert Munsch and illustrated by Michael Marchenko. One day, Renee went to her father and said, "Please make me a playhouse. Our farm is way out in the middle of the woods and I have nobody to play with except my little brothers. I need a playhouse." Not the greatest way to ask for something, but good idea, said Renee's father, and he made her a wonderful playhouse. It had real windows and a slide and a ladder and an upstairs and a downstairs. It was almost like a real house, but not quite. The next day, Renee moved lots of stuff from her room into the new playhouse, and it was even more like a real house. Then she drew fish all over the walls of the playhouse, just like the ones of the wall of her real bedroom. She's so lucky she had her parents build her a giant playhouse. Renee was happy for a whole week, just a week. Then she went to her mother and said, "Is this a city playhouse or a farm playhouse?" "Well, Renee," said her mother, "we live on a farm, so this must be a farm playhouse." "Good," said Renee. "If it's a farm playhouse, it needs a play barn." A play what?" said her mother. "A play barn," said Renee. "I think I see where this is going." "I never heard of a play barn," said Renee's mother. But she was such a nice mother that she built Renee a play barn. It took her 2 weeks. Wow. I can't believe she asked for a playhouse first and got that built, and now she's asking for even more. She's got really nice parents. Renee moved some hay and some chickens from the real barn into her play barn, and it was almost like a real barn, but not quite. Then Renee went to her father and said, "I need a play cow." "Play what?" said her father. "A play cow," said Renee. "A farm playhouse needs a play barn, which needs a play cow." I can't build a play cow," said Renee's father, "and the play barn is not big enough for a real cow." I think I see where this is going. Can you? "No problem," said Renee. "How about you give me a goat and paint it so it looks like a cow, and then I'll have a play cow." So Renee's father got her a goat and painted it so it looked like a cow. Renee put her play cow, which was really a goat, in the play barn. And she felt like she had a farm of her own, but not quite. Then Renee went to her father and said, "My play farm is out in the middle of the woods, just like our real farm. So it needs the tractor and the bulldozer and the tree snipper and the log chopper. Why don't you just park them by my playhouse? And then you'll not have to make me anything new." So her father parked the tractor and the bulldozer and the tree snipper and the log chopper beside the playhouse. And Renee played quite nicely for a whole month. So I see we've upgraded her happiness from a week to a month. But still, I feel like she won't be satisfied. Then Renee went to her mother and said, "A farm playhouse needs a play barn, needs a play cow, needs a play tractor, needs a play mommy, and a play daddy." "A play who and a play what?" said her mother. "A play mommy and a play daddy," said Renee. "No," said Renee's mother, "you already have a real mommy and a real daddy. You don't need a play mommy and a play daddy." Finally, we see her parents saying no. The real ones are too bossy, said Renee. Ha, said her mother. I'm not going to make you a play mommy and a play daddy. So finally, her parents are taking a stand and saying, you've got enough, no more. So Renee cut out a cardboard play mommy and a cardboard play daddy and stuck them on the side of her playhouse. And while she was at it, she made 2 play brothers. All right, so she's moving on from making her own to making her own family. Very interesting. She's very determined, I'll give her that. When Renee came in for dinner, there was a scarecrow sitting in her chair. What's that? Said Renee. That, said her mother, is my play, Renee. She is always nice and never bossy. You can eat play food out in the playhouse with your play mommy and your play daddy. I see the tables have turned. Renee said, Play Renee and I are going to go outside. Then the real Renee took Play Renee and fed it to the play cow, which was really a goat. The goat ate all the clothes and all the straw, and soon Play Renee was completely gone. So she fed herself to the play cow, which was really just a goat. Interesting. Would you have done the same thing? Then Renee walked into the kitchen and gave her mother a kiss. Was that a real kiss or a play kiss? Said Renee's mother. That, said Renee, was a real kiss from a real bossy daughter for a real bossy mommy. Now, can I have a real dinner with my real family? No problem, said her mother. I like real bossy kids better than play kids anyway. Oh, that's really sweet. And everyone had a real wonderful dinner. The end. And that, my friends, is the conclusion of our English story. If you liked it, I would love it if you gave me a big thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel and you haven't already subscribed, feel free to go ahead and do that right now by clicking on the bottom, the button on the bottom. Thanks so much. So, French people, mes amis, je vais maintenant lire une histoire en français. So, if you were here for the English only, I'm going to read in French now. If you don't speak French, you might want to stick around. I'll do my best to try and do some actions and show you the pictures so maybe you can follow along and pick up a second language. If you don't speak French and you really have no interest, let's just say goodbye for now, but feel free to stick around. Alors, Méchant Minou n'aime pas les chiens. Alors, peut-être maintenant, ça fait du sens pourquoi je porte une chemise avec les chats. Et aussi, je vais encore expliquer, si vous êtes un peu en retard, j'avais des lumières ici qui fonctionnaient, mais maintenant, ils ne fonctionnent pas. Je suis un peu triste, mais ça va. C'est la vie, n'est-ce pas, mes amis? Alors, Méchant Minou n'aime pas les chiens. N'aime pas les chiens. Minou a été très occupé. Maintenant, il veut faire la sieste. He wants to take a nap. Il veut faire la sieste. Mais pas Toutou. Toutou veut jouer. Alors, Toutou est le chien. Il veut jouer. Toutou veut jouer au baseball. Toutou veut jouer au basketball. Il veut jouer. Mais le chat ne veut pas jouer. Toutou veut jouer au soccer. Toutou veut jouer aux échecs. Même s'il ne sait pas jouer aux échecs. Minou ne veut pas jouer avec Toutou. Je me suis dit, un chien sait comment jouer aux échecs. Minou ne veut jouer ni au baseball, ni au basketball, ni au soccer, ni aux échecs. He doesn't want to play any of those games. Minou veut faire la sieste. Wants to take a nap. Pauvre Toutou. Minou a une idée. He's got an idea. Minou veut jouer à un jeu appelé Dormant. Je pense que ça, c'est une bonne idée. Le gagnant est celui qui dort le plus longtemps. Moi, j'aimerais bien jouer un jeu comme ça, où le but, c'est de dormir le plus longtemps possible. Lève la main si vous aimez dormir. Absolument, moi aussi. À vos marques. Prêts? Dormez. Sleep. Zzz, zzz. Et on voit, il ouvre ses yeux. Il ouvre ses yeux. Toutou a perdu. Dommage. Mais Minou a gagné. Hurrah. Flap. Minou n'aime pas les chiens. Oh. Alors, mes amis, merci beaucoup. Si vous avez aimé cette histoire, s'il vous plaît, cliquez sur le bouton de like et n'oubliez pas de cliquer sur le bouton de subscribe. Alors, ça, c'est nos histoires pour aujourd'hui. Merci beaucoup et je vais vous voir la prochaine vendredi à 1h. Au revoir, mes amis. Merci pour tout. Passez une bonne journée, bonne fin de semaine, OK? Au revoir.